What is going on, guys? I am BlackOpsAmazing. Welcome back to another zombies video on the channel, where today we are going to be explaining the Voyage of Despair ending. The Easter egg for this map has finally been solved. We have the ending outro. Of course, this map took place on the Titanic. It happens before 9 and it is extremely interesting. As always, if you enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like rating anytime you feel like it. Of course, that's if you want to. If not, it really doesn't matter. Thank you guys anyway. Make sure you are subbed, but let's get into it. Here we go. So, as I said, Voyage of Despair takes place before 9. Our characters, Scarlett, Diego, Bruno and Shaw, went to the Titanic in order to retrieve the artifact. As we've seen from the intro, it was locked in a safe, so the characters went to retrieve it, but when they got there, a member of the Ancient Order, the cult, was there as well. As we saw, he snatched the artifact out of Scarlett's hand, and before they could do anything, he activated it and turned everyone on the ship into a zombie, which left our characters fighting the undead on the Titanic. So they go through the map, completing the Easter egg, fighting against the zombies. In the final boss battle, they fight against a giant eye, they defeat it, and then we get this ending outro.
It all just went back to how it was before. No one will ever know.
That apparition. I've seen it before. I know where it is.
Is it somewhere you've been?
No. Only in books. But I do know its location. Greece. Delphi, to be specific.
Then that's where we're going next. The bad guys are there. There's a good chance my father is too.
So as you saw, in the end, the curse was finally lifted. The zombies on the ship turned back into their normal selves. They became people again. This includes the mystery box that was made up of people, and so they revert back to how they were before the infection broke out. All of these zombies turn back into humans. In front of the characters, they then see an apparition that seems to show them where they need to go to next. And Shaw says he's seen this place in books. He says it's located in Greece, Delphi. And I believe this was the location of the cave that we saw in the 9 intro. As I said, since Voyage of Despair takes place before 9, this apparition, this hologram, was showing them where they need to go, and that was the cave that we saw in the 9 intro. But anyway, after seeing that, the Titanic then begins to sink, because obviously it hit the iceberg. Our characters run to a lifeboat, they take it, and they are safe. And as we see in the background, we have that classic scene where the Titanic is half sunken, and then there are survivors on lifeboats waiting for rescue. So after the curse on the Titanic was lifted, time went back to how it was before. The events of the Titanic continued how they would have originally, and nothing changed. So it's almost like nothing ever happened. The zombie outbreak never happened on the Titanic, there was never any evidence of that event happening, and our characters managed to escape on a lifeboat. No one will ever know that a zombie outbreak on the Titanic happened as it was sinking. But anyway, whilst on the lifeboat, Shaw talks about the apparition that he saw. He says that he's seen it before, like I told you guys, he's read it in a book, and then as the camera spins around to the front onto Bruno, we see that on his head there is a light. This is the same symbol that we saw on the head of this guy from the intro cutscene, who was a member of the cult. This guy, we believe, is part of the Ancient Order. He had this symbol on his head, just like the people in 9. On their masks is a hole where this symbol would fit, which leaves us thinking then, is Bruno a part of the cult? Is he going to betray our characters? Maybe he is part of the cult, he's working for them, and he's working alongside Scarlet, where eventually he's going to betray her and hand her over to the High Priest. Or maybe when he figures out her full plan, he's going to kill her. When she eventually gets what she wants, maybe then he'll betray her, I don't know. But clearly we can see this symbol on Bruno's head. This is the same one that the members of the cult have, which must mean that Bruno is part of the cult as well, which leaves us to believe that eventually at some point he's going to betray our characters. He's secretly helping them, but behind their back he was actually a member of this Ancient Order all along. I also thought maybe there's always the possibility that on this ship, when the artifact was activated, maybe somehow he accidentally became part of the cult and he doesn't know about this symbol on his head. I'm just thinking of other possibilities. I mean, it's hard to believe that he would betray Alistair since he helped him out so much, but Bruno does have the cult symbol on his head, which must mean that he is a part of their group. Whether or not he's going to betray Scarlet and the crew later on, we don't know. But there we go. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, like I said, drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, goodbye.